from the year before.
It's not
Didn't get
uncommon.
done.
Yeah.
Yeah, the heaters didn't get done in time for the budget that we approved them.
So it would roll
It
over.
rolled it over to the next year.
Okay.
That's right. MGM didn't get them in time to get them on the year's budget that we approved them to do them.
Do you have?
And that actual 809 is quite misconceiving because
You approved but you have to remember, you approved the roof months and months. Oh well, heck,
Right.
it was
right.
almost
And I
9
haven't
months
tried
later.
to figure that out. I mean, the roof was kind of an addition to the rest of the budget, and now it's part of it. I mean, we don't have the big insurance charge is not in the actual yet.
No, the insurance charge
I mean, that figure we're going
would
to
be
blow.
next year. It would be in your next year budget number.
No, actual 0809
Yes.
insurance
Yes.
so far is $837.
Yes.
We're thousands of dollars short.
Yes. The problem is the way it's appropriated in this year's budget is that it's appropriated into all my other departments as well. What we did, remember the discussion we had? For instance, the fire truck.
Right, but I thought that was an ongoing thing from the past, not a one-time thing.
Well, if you look at 06, 07, you'll see that was 10,724.
Right.
And I believe when we looked at that year,
07, 08 was 18,000.
It was almost 17,000
Actual
that year.
Okay, but in 08, 09, we've actually only spent $837 for insurance?
Of the portion based on how it's set up currently, yes.
And
We have to remember, we haven't received a whole lot of funds, so we hold off and
Okay,
spending
so my
what we
point
need.
is,
Okay.
when you add another 10,000 or whatever it comes to, or 15,000, we're really gonna, I mean, this bottom figure is gonna be way over the budget, and it's primarily because of the roof. I mean,
Yes.
it's
But the roof's coming out of a different funding source, so.
Well,
it's
I know
not
it.
that-
That's why, to me, the roof, the CIP funding stuff should not hardly.
Well,
be
you
under
gotta
the
remember
operating
this
budget.
is more for our overall budget report than it is a specific one for one department. I have a separate page that gives all the descriptions and informations for capital, and I didn't assume you would be asking those questions tonight. I didn't bring that with me.
Adam, the 20,000 for the roof,
Yes.
is that gonna get included in our debt service over so many years?
No.
So it's not
No.
being considered anything like the building itself?
No, it would not be included. You're paying for it with your long-term capital money. There would be no debt service on something that's... And the cost of the building, the 3.3% of the building, is set fixed based upon a value of long, long ago. So, I mean, that's not a change, that's not a fluid number.
I'm trying to come up with a figure that actually shows. I can do it by totaling some of these, but I guess our bottom line is 61.
Yes, that would include your long-term capital payment.
So we got the 33,750, which basically is operating.
And if you go back, you'll see how
The
that...
next two is the.
If you go back to the original first page we discussed, you'll see that the top line on budget is $33,750.
Right, right.
If
which
you look,
corresponds-
the next two lines are your long-term capital one.
Right.
You've got the 5% for equipment
Right.
and 3.3%
And
for the
your debt
building.
service.
And then the last one is, of course, debt service.
61. And I was trying to compare that, what's that figure compared to last year's budget? Is what my question is. How much up or down is that?
hardly had any allotment in last year.
Huh? I'm gonna have it here.
Should go up just a couple of thousand.
Well, how did we get by so, if our
Because we-
insurance was, of course, you cut part of
I
that back out.
cut areas to be able to make that happen.
In 0708, we did actually pay $18,804.
Yeah, I see that.
Adam, that insurance, or did you check to see how much money we could save if we didn't have replacement cost?
They told me there would be almost no change. It would be hundreds of dollars.
We've only got, what, 2 trucks or 1 or 2 that are replacement cost insured.
It was $200 or $300, which really would not be,
I think the 2 newest trucks are the only ones that are insured replacement costs. The 2 newest ones. Everything else is just,
Is that the one you're having trouble with, the
No.
computers?
Well, yeah, the one is, but that's,
did you see what the number was?
it's not really the computer we found out.
Yeah,
We got a fungus in our fuel tank.
Yeah,
we're 27, so
Plastic
we're up
tank, fungus.
roughly a little over
But
5,000.
hopefully we got that on the.
Which if you look at the fact that we're spending 7,000 or 8,000 more in insurance,
Yeah, I mean, it,
we made some cuts.
we're fortunate that we hit, well, although that surprises me too. I was under the impression that these assessed valuations were going to change much more than they have. There, almost no change to some of these, and after the
I will tell you that ours did not change that much either.
I mean, our rural ones, I thought were gonna, when I was at the supervisors meeting today, I mean, their valuation stuff they were using for secondary roads had everything up about 6.5% to 7.5%.
We did not see that ourselves.
No, I mean, and I don't understand. I guess I'm questioning the figures they sent you, almost,
Oh, no, not that again.
from the auditor, because I was so sure that they were gonna go up a bunch. Actually, I guess they haven't got down to it. If they haven't, even that $5,000 increase might become a problem for somebody. You know, our total budget is actually up 5,000 from last year is what it is. A year ago it was 55 something. This year it's 61. Now, I don't remember, you know, and if our evaluations haven't went up and we're taxing at the max levy, somebody could still, we may not be able to meet that 5,000. We may have to go into section whatever of our 2880.
Well, remember that 60% of that comes from me. So you guys, on your side, that's $2,000 between 20, that's less than $2,500 between all of the townships combined.
Right, but an individual township could run into trouble, I suppose. I don't
See
know.
that? Yeah.
You know, the problem is, when you get, I'm fortunate, we only have 2 involved, you only have 1, you get involved with how many, 3 or 4? You know, then, if they can't raise a total, whose fault is it, you know, how do they come up with their payment? I mean, that's gonna be the individual townships problem. But I mean, that's where we ran into problems in the past, is they could not raise enough to meet their total obligations to all the 3 or 4 entities, whatever was involved. So, and I remember last year we were real close for Cedar. We didn't have very little to spare. Now, of course, your budget, I haven't seen Litton's yet, but if our share, well, for instance, what's our total, Cedar's total share? 5,199, and last year was, you got it handy there yet? I got, somewhere in here, I got to have, I don't know why it's not right on top.